Okay. Okay. I think that's where we're gonna leave it. Pretty pleased with all of this so far, guys. I think it looks nice. Especially this section over here looks pretty good. Obviously, we're gonna have to add a lot of boils and nasty bits. But I think overall, we've got a pretty good base point to start from. Yeah, I think that's most of the hair here done. Same for most of the skin of the horse. Other than all of the pussy bits and the boils and ugly parts that we will have to manually paint in, but that's gonna be pretty far down the line. I think as far as the first step goes, yeah, happy with it. It's a good starting point, yeah. Quick little close-up maybe? Let's see. Yeah, I think the skin of the horse looks really good like this. Keep in mind that this is much smaller in real life than it is. Like this is, you know, the size of my thumb, my nail. I like the manes on the front. I'm not too fond of the tail at the moment. But I'll let that dry fully and then we'll see what it looks like then. I may have to add a little tiny bit of a highlight because there's much more brightness over here than there is over there. But we can do that next time around. The horse's face, the reason I didn't do it is because it's skeletal. Although maybe I should have done, maybe only the bottom part of it is skeletal? You know what, now that you mention it, I think you're correct. I think only the bottom part is skeletal. Oh yeah, I should have painted the face in more. So the skeletal part begins over here and then over here on the right. But this eye socket and a little part over there is supposed to be, yeah. Hey, what's up, Matt? You've been after this model for a while? Nice. Let me quickly base coat it and then we'll do that part next time around. I think you guys bring up a very cool, really good point. I didn't notice that earlier. The eye socket is indeed not supposed to be skeletal. Part of his face is a skeleton. So this is the color we started with. Let me zoom out. This is way too zoomed in for me to paint with. There we go. Yep. We'll have to go and do the same steps on this little segment of the face as well, next time around. Go away, little bubble. And obviously the same as well on the other side. Sometimes it's hard to determine what something is on a miniature. But this is indeed a segment that needs to be painted. And then the bottom part, yeah, same on this side, the bottom part. There's a little tiny bit of flesh over here as well. I did not look at it closely enough. It's much more obvious on camera sometimes than it is in person, man. Interesting how that works. It's funny, eh? How much that color has actually changed. It was a lot more mustardy when we started, but this is literally the exact paint. Yeah. And then the rest of it over there is supposed to be skeletal. Cool. Nice. Nice catch. Nice catch there. I did not realize that part.
Is it okay if we listen to jazz today? Is jazz acceptable?
Oh wait, I need to... Where's my microphone? Hold up. I forgot about... I can't use this microphone. I didn't charge the microphone, so we'll have to see if it runs. There we go. There we go. All right. We've switched over, gamers. Guys. Yesterday, we got started with Horseman. Hello? Oh shit, I was adjusting some stuff on my camera. Is the autofocus back? It's back.
Hey Lowko,
hey.
Have a great stream.
Thank you.
2 more months and I will ask for something mysterious, Lolul.
2 years coming up in 2 months, man. Very nice. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support. Welcome back. Mr. Kelstar. I got started painting the Harbinger of Decay yesterday. Easily one of the coolest miniatures that they have released over the last couple of years. Now, coming back to this, after painting the base of the skin and whatnot the next day, I don't think I like the green very much. On the... Like, I like the green, but the green's too green. I think the skin is looking nice. I'm happy with the skin so far, but I think I want to make the hair of the horse a little bit dirtier. I don't want to like cover up the green entirely, if that makes any sense. What's going on, Zoidorama? You've had no internet for the past 13 hours? Oh my lord, are you okay? No internet for 13 hours? Jeez Louise, sorry about that, mate. Yeah, so I think what we're gonna do is, well, first off, I realized yesterday at the end of the stream that I accidentally forgot painting in a part of the face. So we gotta do all the steps that we did on the rest of the skin on the face as well of the horse. It's a relatively small segment, but it's this little part right over here and then obviously also on the other side. So we'll start with some tiny little bits of this, and then we'll go from there. And then we'll begin the base coating on a lot of little parts. The armor and the clothes, or the clothing rather, and everything else. Should be good. What's going on, Kalo? Good morning. Am I within the frame? I think I'm within the frame. Yeah, we'll add a little bit of the base layers again to all of the horse's skin, and then we'll have to wait until that's dry before we can do the next step, but that's okay. We can just come back to this every once in a while today, and hopefully bring the skin of the horse in line with the rest of the body. You've got a meeting? Yo, have a good one, man. Take care. Wait, some people actually work? Wait, whoa, what? That's crazy. You're working from home? Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll come back with some dry brushing when this is all dried up. I want to use a couple of different colors. Lowko, aren't you at work? Technically I am, yes. I have a weird job though, Viren. I'm an Amazon Prime salesman. I have to trick people into paying money for content they could be watching for free. How weird is that? Very strange, Viren. Looking at the chat though, I've done a decent job because I don't see any non-subs right now. Got him, dude. They have no idea. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is create a little bit of diluted Agarol's Dunes. A little bit of diluted Agarol's Dunes, and then we'll put that over all of the green. So I don't really mind the hoofs. I think the hoofs are quite nice, but we'll do it on the manes over here and then the tail as well. I think that's a good idea. Meeting has been delayed by 30 minutes. Oh, well, there you go. Welcome back. You have a weird job too. You don't even know what I'm doing, but apparently you're an engineer. Are you an apparent engineer? An apparent engineer? Haha. I tried. Thank you. So I'm diluting it a little bit with some Lamia medium. So it will be a bit runnier. And I'm hoping that we can like muddy up the colors of the main a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I think it will. I'm thinking this is a good color for it. I like it to be green, but it's a little too green for me at the moment, if that makes any sense. Now maybe I'm gonna have to do multiple coats of this. Maybe I should just go in with pure, what's it called? Pure Agaral's Dunes. But I don't really want to like waste the nice transition that I made yesterday. So we'll layer it up if we need to instead. I think that's the best way of doing it. Lamian medium. It's a medium that basically makes the paint more runny without having it lose its properties as much. If you use straight water, the entire paint starts behaving differently. So for regular like acrylic paints, I do use just good old water. But Lamia medium is kind of nice for creating like a different effect. So it creates like a more runny paint. And obviously when you have a more runny paint, it tends to settle more in the recesses. So I'm hoping that we can get more pigment in the green areas, which is, you know, the areas where it's a little bit deeper into the fur. At least that's the effect I'm trying to go for. It took me a little bit of experimentation to figure out though what the difference is between the different mediums that is like are commonly used. But I think Lamia makes sense here. Yeah, so you see how it muddies it up? I think that's good, no? A little bit less of a YouTuber that just hit 1 million subscribers and now has to dye their hair a green color. Because that's kind of the vibe that we had going on here previously. I may still go over it again with a dry brush to like brighten some of the darker parts back up, but I'm thinking about maybe doing some of the blending as well with some rattling. So yeah, with some rattling grime. So that's a much darker color. But we could do the same thing with that as well. That's really going to create a lot more contrast. But I think for a coat like this, it's kind of nice. I don't want my horse's hair to look like it's just gotten 1 million YouTube subs. Is it possible to reach 1 million YouTube subs without dyeing your hair a color? Does anybody know? Or is that actually like a necessity, like a... You've had glazes, washes, paints? Can my horse make an apology video? Great question. I don't know. Oh, so basically, I'm using a contrast paint right now, and contrast paints, you can't really dilute those very well with water. That's the TLDR. If you dilute them with water, they become kind of fucked. It kind of works a little bit, but I think if you want to do like a more dedicated section, it's easier to dilute it with a medium. But you don't really need to use mediums. You could just use water. But I have the mediums. And I like using them quite a bit. Hey, thank you.
Happy Friday
Yo,
to
good
the
morning.
beautiful and sexy people of Chatham, to the God Emperor himself.
Whoa, whoa,
Lowko.
whoa. Thank you very
everyone
much.
is having a blessed day so far.
You
Low
too, dude.
heart.
I do appreciate that. Thank you very much for the casual $5 tip, just like that. Good morning. You wake up early, man. You're always here pretty early, Mickey. Very nice. I have been doing a lot of research as far as miniature painting goes. Absolutely, yes. But I've been just watching a bunch of videos. It's fun to like learn, you know? So that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. I don't I'm a bit of a tryhard in real life with everything I do, guys. I don't really half-arse a lot of things, I guess. I try to like, it's annoying sometimes because I don't really, I have a hard time doing shit casually, if that makes any sense. I feel like I do like 6 things every day and I take all of them very seriously. I don't do a lot of casual things. Okay, so I want to use 3 colors of green, guys, for all of the different parts of the rider. So I want to use 2 different greens for the cloth. So there's like cloth draping right here off of the horse. There's some of it over here too. I want to make those a separate color. Then I want to have a lighter color for, we're going to use like a medium green for that. We're going to use a lighter color for the ropes and stuff. Actually, that doesn't make sense. No, I think I'm going to use the lightest color for the ropes on the horse. Yes. Yeah, we'll start with that. We're going to do camouflage green for that. Then I want to use some castellan green, which is like a dirty green, for the ropes that like go around the waist of the rider. So for this section over here, we'll make the sleeves also in a brighter color, and the same for this part over here. And then we want to make the armor. He's got a bit of armor too. We want to paint that in a very dark green. That's what I'm thinking right now. I may change my mind as we go through this, but I think this is good. This is already starting to look a little bit nicer. Do you have an example for the model? I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. I've really liked the one that Duncan Rhodes did in particular, but I watched a couple of different videos on it, and I've basically taken, no mate, I took notes. You wanna see how prepared I am, Dylan? I don't know if I can show you guys this easily, but I watched a bunch of videos and I made myself notes as to how I wanna do things. I have like a step-by-step build order, okay? Can you see this shit? I have like different categories and different ways that I want to paint this miniature. We're taking this one a little serious. So I actually, I recently went out to the StarCraft 2 World Championships, right? And I didn't actually have anything to do for some of the time. So all I did was a little bit of prep work for painting a miniature. I had to like take very long flights and stuff, and like we did, you know, a bunch of like rehearsals and preparation days and all that. So I kind of figured, you know what, I'll watch some videos and I'll start making some notes. And it kind of got a bit out of hand. I didn't mean to make that many notes, but I think it's kind of fun. It may work out favorably. I kind of like ticking off the boxes so far though, but maybe it's a little overdone. Maybe it's a bit unnecessary. But I figured having a bit of prep is probably not a bad idea, rather than just winging it. All right, so this is gonna go on the cloth of the horse. So this is gonna be the lightest color green. Do you think prep work like that is a good idea, Dylan, or Dylan, or you think it's a bit much? Before you know it, you start making a color chart to find the perfect contrast. I mean, the theme over here is green and yellow. Green and yellow is what we're going for. You do it all the time. I think it's good if you like that route. Yeah, I kind of like it because it's fun to prepare. I like it anyways. I know a lot of people would like think that's ridiculous, but so what I like about this part that we're doing right now, that we're starting up right now, is that so again, I watched the video from Duncan, and he basically does a lot of base coats, like we are doing right now, and then he shades them all in one go. So essentially all of the paints we can apply here in this step, they're all gonna get shaded with Agrex. So this is gonna be a little bit of a, it's gonna take a little bit of time, but gonna try and keep it really tidy. I'm gonna try and, you know, take my time, not really go too crazy on it. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's kind of like a build order. It is very much so like a build order. But I quite like being organized in stuff though. I'm one of those nerds that keeps their desk mostly empty and stuff. I do this crazy thing sometimes where I take down all of the plates that are on my desk and all of the mugs and stuff. Do you guys ever do that? I used to only do that whenever I ran out of plates. But I realized I enjoy it a little bit better if I just bring them straight down. Usually I only have like a 2-day supply now at most, maybe 3. What is you guys' philosophy on painting parts of the miniature that you can't really see? Like say for example the inside of this flap. I mean we can kind of see it from this angle. But like what about the bottom of the horse? Like say like the stomach and the chest area of the horse that are completely covered. You can only ever see it if you look at it like this and then from a very strange angle. Sometimes I make a photo of the model and play my idea digitally. Yeah, I like that idea. I've seen some folks do that with like Photoshop. So you can kind of start up your color palette that way. I like the, yeah, I think that's a pretty cool idea. What's up, Rockotira? How's your Golden Demon entry going, Dylan? Have you made a lot of progress? Or is this a sore spot? I don't know. Is this a you were mentioning it was a bit of a time crunch, and then I know you get a little sick, I think is what you mentioned. Honestly horrible? Oh, fuck. That sucks. You messed up? Oh no. You messed up with painting or you messed up with planning, scheduling? I don't really want to accidentally hit the skin of the horse here, but I think this is doable. Gentle. You made some choices to save time that backfired? Oh no, okay. I see. I guess you've already bought the tickets, right? You've already got the tickets for entry. Now you gotta finish it somehow. Or you gotta skip it. But then you have to, you know, then you have the mental shame that you do to yourself. Honestly, it happens, man. Bit off more than you can chew sometimes. Are you? Oh, okay. Yeah, fair. So wait, would you enter the same model into a competition twice? I know I asked this before, but like if you're saying, okay, this one might not be able to be finished in time. What if you do like the 90% of the way done version of it this year, and then you take the 100% finished version next year? I'm assuming that's allowed in painting competitions, but I don't know. It's not like you're all painting the same miniature. Although that would be kind of sick, actually. If there was like a painting competition where everybody's painting the same miniature. Maybe those are common, I have no idea. But that sounds kind of cool too. You can, as long as you don't win a trophy. Okay, all right, I see. You feel like this one's kind of mid? All right. Welp. Too bad, I guess. So how am I gonna paint the inside of this flap, guys? This is a good example of a flap. How do I paint the inside of it if I can't really see it? I can kind of go in between here, but I don't think it will ever truly be visible. Now obviously I base coated it all, like most of the bottom of the horse is black, because that's how I base coated it, like we primed it that way. I feel like I just leave that part unpainted. Because like the only way I can see it is with a very, very strong shadow. If you can't see it, why paint it? Well, that's kind of what I'm saying, right? Like, what is the mindset here? How was Raynor's League of Legends stream, by the way, guys? I raided Raynor at the end of my stream yesterday. He was playing League. There weren't that many people watching, which is a bit of a shame. I know the StarCraft community can be kind of harsh on League of Legends, but... I think it's nice to see people trying other things sometimes. He didn't say much and left without saying goodbye. Wait, really? He just left? Ay, 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 ay. He just went offline. What the fuck? Well, that's a bit cringe. He rated Showtime, he just left. He finished the game, he's like, all right, guys. I'm out of here. League of Legends moment, I guess. Yeah. This is a really lovely miniature, dude. Yeah, I think I like pretty much everything about this guy. Other than the fact that my cat tried to kill him. And we have some actual battle damage, I guess, but... Really, really neat mini. I will definitely add a darker color still to the recesses of all the hair. Yeah, we're gonna do some more rattling grime. So the plan for this mini is that you paint it with brighter colors and shade it down. Yeah, so basically we're gonna do about like 6-7 colors, and then we're gonna shade it all in one go with Agrax Earthshade. So we're gonna do the armor, the cloth, we're gonna do the reins of the horse, the leather pouches and all that. I've got a couple different shades that I wanna use for that. The scabbard. We wanna do the chainmail, the Balthasar gold as well on some of the more brassy details, like a darker color. Some of the bone, so a lot of the bone will also be done with that. We wanna do the haft of the spear, or the sight. Some of the severed heads are gonna get base coated in this step as well, and then we basically Agraxed all of it. Which is gonna shade it down, obviously, it's gonna make it quite a bit darker. But then from there, we can highlight it back up. But I kinda like the idea, it sounds very satisfying to me, to paint a very large portion of the mini and then shade it all in one go. Now I wanna be very tidy with how I'm painting this, so I don't know how long this is gonna take, but it might be a little while. We may have to revisit every once in a while when I fuck up, but yeah, that's the plan. Agrax Earthshade is kind of sweet, because it just adds a lot of depth. Not everybody uses shade paints, but I think they're pretty amazing. On some parts though, like for example cloth, it can sometimes look a little splotchy. But we can go back in, and we will go back in, adding some highlights and stuff. It's funny how that color is actually very similar now to what I accidentally ended up with. I didn't mean to end up with that, but it's where we are. Yeah, I'm in no rush, man. I'm gonna really try and take my time. Also, guys, there's this Dutch web shop, like a new startup shop that just launched a couple months ago. And they send a thank you message, a thank you email to every customer that bought a miniature from them with a 26 euro discount code. So I may have bought another miniature. 26 euro is a lot of money, man. I now bought Lionel Johnson for 18 euro. That's a fucking steal, dude. The new Lionel Johnson model is so cool. Minigamers, the minigamer shop. Apparently I was one of the first people that bought something, and they sent like a thank you message. I was like, oh, that's really nice of them. I think it's run by like... Yeah, that's really nice. I think that's actually super nice. Like 26 euro is significant. But it works too, because now I'm gonna, you know... This is how you get customer lifetime value. Yeah, they were like apologizing for some of the delays and stuff. I don't mind. I think it's nice to support, you know, small shops in general and family-run places and whatnot. I think it's fun, but like they had some issues and yeah. They needed to win back some trust to the community. Yeah, well, that's okay. My trust was, you know, it's fine. What's good on Push? I have quite a few minis I still want to paint anyways. The lion can definitely go on the pile, that's okay. I don't want to touch the horse here though, guys. There are little parts here, like the hair, that I would really like to not fuck up. I'll try and be very careful here. Just jam the brush in a way that it's not meant to be used. I think it worked. Okay, very carefully inserted the brush. I got it done. Sick. I didn't even okay, I didn't even smudge anything. How's my ear doing? My ear's doing well. What happened to my ear? I was born. I was born, bro. Bad spawn RNG. I've had ear issues my entire life, and I had a pretty significant ear operation earlier this year. I think like my 7th or maybe 8th operation, something like that. I've had a lot of operations on my ears. Hopefully the right one is better now. Yeah, it kind of sucked for a bit, but it's okay now, I guess. I spawned with an IRL debuff. Okay, this is a much darker color, but I want to be applying this over the manes of the horse as well, to make it a little bit less green. I like the green, but it's a bit too green. So this is where we are deviating from the script though. I think I'm actually going to apply this all the way too. Just like the previous one. This really looks like Agrax itself, actually. This is not Agrax, this is Rattling Grime. Which is a different color, but... Do I plan on doing the same things to my left? Oh, my left ear? I hope not. So my right ear had what is called a cholesteatoma, which is basically a tumor. So I'm hoping that that is not the case on the right, or on the left rather. The main question is whether or not it comes back on the right. So I will have to continuously get CT scans and MRI scans for the next 5 years. It's like an annual thing, just to ensure that the shit's not coming back. But even if it would come back, they would be able to catch it in a much earlier stage, and it should be better. It's not cancerous, so that's nice. But yeah. I'm hoping that that will not be the case on my left. So one of the advantages of getting regular scans like that is that the doctor can also check the other ear from the inside out. So the main problem is that like the cholesteatoma, it settles behind your eardrum. So in a section that is, it's basically right around the corner, you know, like a section that is not really visible through the ear canal. So even though I've had regular checkups for years for my ears, it can apparently still kind of creep up on you, which kind of sucks, but yeah. It's apparently very rare that it returns on the same ear multiple times, and I apparently was one of those lucky ones. Hashtag blessed. Blessed by Nurgle. Yeah, you're not wrong. IRL blessed by Nurgle. Honestly, it's not a problem in day-to-day life. Luckily for me, my hearing on that side has completely returned. So for the first couple weeks after the operation, I didn't really hear anything with my right ear, which is my bad ear. But that has fully returned. And while it did kind of hurt for some time, it's been minimal, you know, it's not really been that big of a deal. The recovery basically included waiting. So it wasn't that big of a deal. But, yeah. I mean, again, right, like shout out to modern medicine. I've said this many times, but if it wasn't for modern medicine, I would be super fucked. Which is weird because otherwise I'm, as far as I know, fully healthy. I don't really have any medical issues. Not any more than like, you know, a quote unquote healthy person. But yeah, just bad spawn RNG for the ear. But if I would have been born a couple hundred years ago or 100 years ago, it would have been much worse. No, I would probably be, if it wasn't for modern medicine, this sounds a bit morbid, but I would probably not have made it to 30. Because if untreated, basically that thing keeps growing. And at some point it has nowhere to go other than through your skull into your brain. And that's not a great place to get an infection. Suboptimal location. What armies am I collecting? I am not collecting any armies. I know this is a very weird thing apparently in the Warhammer world. I am solely painting minis that I like the visual look of. That's all I'm painting. It's nice though. I already do have like 500 points of Nurgle, yes. I already accidentally also have quite a few points of Tyranids. Because apparently I'm gravitating to nasty, dirty things. I don't know, I just like the way they look. Let's see. Is this cloth? What is this? It's like a saddle part, but I'm not sure. Does anybody know what this part is? It's a weird question to ask maybe, but like, there's this little section right over here. I think it's part of the saddle, but it could also be a piece of cloth under the saddle. Do you reckon that's part of the saddle? Because it's not on the other side, it's only on one side, which is a bit weird. On the other side there's a little pouch. I guess we get to decide what it is. Yeah. Cloth under a saddle is quite common. There's a little part of it over here in the back too. I think it's a piece of cloth. I think I will treat it as such. The Harbinger of Decay obviously wants to be comfortable, right, while riding around. Wouldn't want to have any issues in that department, obviously. He looks like somebody that takes comfort over practicality. Sorry if my head is in the way, by the way. I don't know if it is, but this is a section that is quite difficult for me to see. Even the dead take care of their horse. Yeah, and I think that's beautiful. Okay. I think I'll do the same on this little piece over here too. I was gonna say that it's part of the I don't know what the cloth is called that people sit on below the saddle. The saddle cloth? I don't know, that's the name I'm gonna go with, I guess. I would imagine that's the most comfortable thing for the horse itself. Unlike cars, horses are actually live creatures. Do you guys know that? And their comfort is apparently part of the deal. Have you ever looked into the eyes of a horse? Very dangerous thing to do, dude. The void will suck you right in. I got a tiny little splotch on the skin of the horse here, which is not where I wanted it to be, but I guess I'll cover it up. I'll put a little bit of a fixing color. We'll try and fix things as we see them, I guess. A little bit of a highlight on some of these sections. Is that a piece of cloth as well? Oh yeah, that's also a piece of cloth. Huh, I thought it was like a skin flap. That is not a skin flap. Have I played any of the Total War Warhammer games? I think I have a little bit, but not much. I think I may very well have to go ahead and check some of those out. What's going on, Omega Harry? How are you doing today, dude? Played any StarCraft? Harry is actively playing StarCraft, guys. There's about 3 people in the StarCraft community, and Harry is one of them. That still play the game, that is. No, I'm kidding, there's quite a few people. But I do feel like the majority of my viewers no longer really play StarCraft. Harry is one of them, though. Dedicated to the craft of stars. You're not taking fun for granted? Nobody plays StarCraft 2 for fun, Harry. Wait, maybe some people do, I don't know. Well, maybe some people do. Okay, I'm gonna take one little step back, I think. Actually, no, we gotta do a little piece of cloth as well. It's quite difficult sometimes to see what part is where. So I want that to be the lighter color. Yeah. This guy is wearing multiple robes. Yeah, we're gonna let that color of green go all the way up until... So I want to do the arm sleeves, but I'm gonna let it go up until the plate over here, I think. Just like so. Yeah. You miss playing regularly? No time to play, or? I guess the time is much, right? There's a new Stormgate patch. Yeah, I heard it introduced a bunch of new bugs again. There was something with modifier hotkeys that kind of messed things up. I'm not sure exactly. Mate, I'm still, yeah, of the original opinion. They need to finish the damn game, man. Like, I will be hyped up when they finish it. But right now, I'm just kind of following Stormgate from a bit of a distance. I need to dilute it slightly more. You get no adrenaline from winning anymore? Really? That's quite a flex. Stormgate has a lot of potential. Yeah, I do agree. But as it is right now, the game is just not that great. So like, that's not me roasting the game. It's just not great yet. It's not to say that it won't be great. It's just not great yet. Like right now in my mind, it doesn't do macro particularly well. It doesn't do micro particularly well. It doesn't do creep camps particularly well. At least not compared to the competition out there, right? Like in my mind, if you want to have a macro-focused RTS game with big battles and quick fights, StarCraft 2 is your game, right? If you want one with creep camps, unit veterancy, that sort of thing, Warcraft 3, so much better. And if you want something with grand strategy and like maybe big tactical decision making, something like Beyond All Reason maybe even, or Age of Empires will be more up your so like it doesn't really fulfill in my mind any of like the subgenres of subgenres. Yeah, it has everything, but it's also the worst of everything. Now I haven't personally tried Bar, but I've only heard about it. People tell me it's great. But for me, it doesn't really fulfill anything that I currently... Like, it doesn't do anything in my mind better than those other RTS games right now. That's not to say it won't. It's just that it doesn't right now. But I'm hopeful for it.